Over at Conspiracy TV, MSNBC, Crazy Liberal Joe and his cohorts over at that network, well, they're at it again, now stooping to a new low, attacking and trying to discredit the president in a segment only Chicken Little could be proud of. Liberal Joe and his panel of never Trump-hating sycophants had a collective meltdown during some deranged and reckless speculation about the president's health. Watch this.
He is clearly slurring his words. I don't know what the cause of it is. The question of his fitness, of his stability is in the air.
At the beginning of the speech, before the slurring started, I said, Mika, look at him. This is not the person that we knew even 3 years ago.
He does not look in great physical shape and hasn't for some time.
Now it's Republicans that are coming to us and saying the President of the United States is not mentally fit.
You're not mentally fit to host a TV show. There you have it. Armchair conspiracy psychology from America's most unhinged liberal morning show host and his band of merry Trump haters. It makes you wonder why Liberal Joe has so much rage and contempt for this president. Joe, you're kind of scaring us. I'll pay for therapy if you need it. Joining us now with reaction, counselor to the president, Kellyanne Conway is with us. All right, forget about those people because it's a joke. It's at this point they're a caricature of themselves. But the more important issue is this. Is this a fair investigation? Could you imagine if this was against the Democratic president, only donors to the Republican Party, people that were texting back and forth involved in the investigation that hate one side and love the other side? At some point, Kellyanne, you got to say, don't we need a justice system that's fair, balanced?
The president has always said that. He respects the rank and file at the Department of Justice and the 35,000 or so who work for the FBI, but we can't have a politicization of any investigation. It should be transparent. It should be independent. And what you and James Rosen and other reporters who care to know all of the facts have uncovered is very troubling to any American who's paying attention. This Peter Strzok guy, boy, is he the busiest guy in Washington, D.C. I don't know if I've ever sent 10,000 texts in my life, let alone to one person. He's carrying on this relationship. He's sending 10,000 texts. He's putting energy into being systematically against Donald Trump, which is not his job. He is really at the eye of the hurricane of so much. He is changing the language to protect Hillary Clinton. It sounds like he's present when her top confidants are being interviewed. He's present when she's being interviewed. This is the entire problem that Americans have with Washington, D.C. and had with Hillary Clinton. The idea that she's always above the law, there's a double standard, and Sean, anybody, and this includes everybody, who has wasted all of 2017 talking about Russia, Russia, Russia in this investigation, they are duty-bound to cover this aspect of the investigation. This guy in the Department of Justice, he's 4 doors down from his boss, the Deputy Attorney General. He's in Main Justice. He's on the main floor there, and he is meeting after Donald Trump won, which they did not expect and they did not want. He's meeting with the head of a guy who put together a dossier using DNC and Clinton campaign money and trying to figure out a way to discredit the newly democratically elected president. It stinks to high heaven. And look, I think there's so much going on so quickly with all this information that it's very easy for Americans to just tune it out or feel, oh, it's confused or it doesn't affect me. What are we doing for Christmas? What's going on for New Year's? They will pay attention. And part of it is the media have set a trap for themselves. They've been so obsessed for a year plus with what they consider to be an important investigation. They've been talking about Russia and not America. But it also shows something else. I want to say one more thing. Hillary Clinton, she already had every advantage possible. All the king's horses, all the king's men. She had so much more money, so much more personnel. She had all of the mainstream media. She had all the Democrats. She had so many people behind her. Two presidents, her husband and her predecessor, who's by the way, whose record did not get a third term through her candidacy, Barack Obama's. She had all these advantages, and then after she loses, she still has advantages. She still has people going for her. Donald Trump won on the issues. He was a much better, brilliant communicator and messenger. His ideas prevailed, hers failed. And this idea on his health is offensive. I won't even dignify it except to say, remember when Hillary Clinton folded like an accordion in front of the whole world on 9/11? We said nothing about it the whole day at the campaign, zero. She folded in front of everyone. And apparently she had pneumonia 2 days earlier. And you know what she did that night? She was at Cipriani with her high-class donors, calling the rest of us irredeemable and deplorable with pneumonia. Then she takes 5 days off before the debates. Donald Trump's doing 7 rallies a day and showing up to the debate to beat her. She's taking time off to rest, and we're going to talk about his health. It's a joke. The man's the most energetic, engaged person I know.
I do remember her collapse and a bunch of other issues that came up during the campaign. Kellyanne, good to see you. We appreciate it. And,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.